What up, Pro Truth? We gonna go ahead and play this video out, and then I have another one that I'm gonna go ahead and play the featured presentation. So we're just gonna just do 3 minutes of this, show y'all the effects of a father not being in the home and on a daughter. You know, so we're gonna see why it is important for fathers to be in the home. Let's go ahead and get to it.
I'm heading to Chicago Avenue and Hamlin. It's frightening because they do a lot of drug dealing in that area. I don't like to hear that my daughter's in that area at all. See right here? See a lot of drug addicts like coming here. Hi. Can you do me a favor? If you see this child, could you please call at this number? She's my daughter. She's been missing for a week.
Okay.
Hi, how are you? This is my daughter. She's been missing for a week. If you see her, could you please call that number?
Yes, I can.
Thank you. Con permiso, señora. Esta es mi hija. Ya lleva una semana que no regresaba a la casa. Si la ve, puede llamarle ese número, por favor.
Está bien.
Gracias.
We got
Is she
you.
with a bad guy? You think?
I don't know who she with, because a real friend wouldn't have a 14-year-old out in the street. I'm telling you, for the life of me, I never thought I would be out in the streets passing out flyers looking for my own daughter. This is a parent's worst nightmare. As soon as they called me and they said, "Do you have a daughter named Crystal Sanchez?" I said, "Okay, officer, what did she do?" And he was like, "Well, she's been caught up shoplifting." And I was like, "In a store shoplifting? For what? Crystal gets everything and anything she wants." Go get your lunch.
So, brothers, that's kind of a issue that the child is spoiled. When you start getting children anything they want, it really affects them in, especially our little girls, because then well, children in period. Once they start to grow up, they feel that everything should be handed to them and they don't have to work for anything. But let's go ahead and continue.
Your lunch. Are you gonna sit starving?
Hey, you don't need to talk.
Oh yeah, well I am talking to you, sassy.
So this is what happened. I was at someone's house and we was partying, and then it was like 8:30 and he said, "You know you ain't going home, right?" And I looked, I guess I'm gonna be on the run again. And then that's what happened.
She thinks you're gonna wind up dead on her doorstep. But it doesn't seem like you care.
I want to pick up and just run and hide, leave, and pretend this is all a bad nightmare. And I've seen Damaris imitate things that Crystal does, and it's frightening. It's taking a toll on me, on my health. I'm afraid that it could go to the extreme where I can have a cardiac arrest, and who's going to take care of my little one? That's my biggest worry. She's being
Brothers, I just want to just say this. The mother's stressed out. No father. So you got to think she's working. I'm not even sure what time she comes home from work, and her daughter is nowhere to be found. Don't even know what's going on. But let's go ahead and continue, because this is why it's important for fathers to be in their daughter's life. Let's continue.
being a little bit nice today. Due to the fact that it's her sister's birthday.
Yeah, I cooked breakfast. Something I don't do. Look at the Barbie movies and music. Look at that one too. Who bought that for you?
Crystal has a father, but he doesn't partake in her life. Who she has become in life has part to do with him being an absent father. I've tried with Crystal counseling. I've put her in hospitals. Doesn't matter what I do or say. It's like it's not me who she wants. It's her dad. Lord, thank you for the blessings that you.
Again, she's crying. The things that she's doing, she's crying out for her father. So, brothers, this is why it's important. for you to have your father in your life. All right? Or did I think I said that correctly? But for if your daughters, if you have a daughter, you need to be in her life because you're the one that's supposed to show her what about being not just a mother, but you could also show her how to be a woman in a certain way. You could also show her about the men that she should and shouldn't choose. You are basically her caretaker because once she goes into another man's hands, it's kind of over. So it's basically she's going from one man to another especially when she gets married. Let's finish this little bit out.
That you give us on this day. Thank you for the food that you've provided for each and every one of us. That you continue to bless us and bless those that are less unfortunate. Thank you. Amen.
Amen.
So, brothers, that was pretty much it for this one. So we're gonna go ahead and get into I'm gonna go ahead and get the feature presentation. So, brother, this is the feature presentation. I'm going to tell you something. It's going to be very disturbing, and a lot of you are going to be upset about this video. Y'all are going to be very, very upset because of the way this child is acting. And I believe this child is either 9 or 10 years old. And I ain't going to lie to you. You're going to be pretty upset, but let's get to it.
Swag up like A's, and I keep that bankroll. This came out like me, 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 this came out like me.
No, he caught a ball, J1.
What he said?
Right. He caught the ball.
This is the last time. When you out, you out.
My name is Ariel. I'm 11 and I like playing dodgeball. And I like Hello Kitty and Minnie Mouse. Every time I get just the color, they always wear pink and purple, and I like pink and purple. Now, which one you doing? Where your picture at? Want to pick you one?
Yeah. I'm going to do Mickey Mouse. Give me him.
Brother and sister.
I'm the master at coloring. We're going to ask everybody who look the best.
We asking staff. Because I know I'm going to win. I'm patient. Other like you.
You just carry both of them and just walk up to the staff and say which one looked the best. But don't tell them which one you drew.
Bet, watch this. Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
Which one look better? You got to pick one.
Yeah, which one looks the better?
Yeah.
This one.
This one?
This one.
Minnie?
Minnie. Survey, huh?
You pick Mickey?
Yes.
I'm still going. Watch. And somebody better pick the girl.
I like Minnie Mouse.
Yes. Everything I get in trouble for is the same. When I get mad at somebody, I get up and then I try to walk out the classroom.
Don't do that, Ariel. Stop. Stop, stop.
Stop, Ariel. Come on, girl. Come on, you know.
So, brothers, I stand corrected. She's 11 years old. But as you can see, you know, that, again, this is a child. And you already see that she's fallen to the ground like it's crazy. And this is not even the worst part. So let's go ahead and continue.
Where you going? You trying to go back outside?
Stop doing that. Stop.
Stop. Where she gotta go?
Bitch, let me go.
Before you leave, you're gonna have to clean up the spit, right?
Nope.
Yeah, you go get Mr. Williams.
At first, I don't start just cursing. I tell them let me go because they be holding me and be making me mad.
So, brothers, I'm not even sure how I would react. The child is spitting on the ground, which is, I mean, that's probably one of the most foreign. That's a pretty terrible, disrespectful. I mean, she's not spitting. I wouldn't be surprised if she probably would have. She probably spitted on somebody before. That's just as bad as somebody urinating on you. Somebody else's bodily fluids on you. And that I don't know, as a parent, adults ain't got to deal with nothing like that. And you wonder what would be your reaction? But as you can see, there's no father in here. And we're going to get to that later why the father I'm not even sure if they're going to speak on why the father's not there, but there's no father here. She's being raised by her mother alone. And she's going to talk about that. She's going to talk about the fact about her mother and her sister, because there's other factors into this. Not everything, I mean, we could probably send her to counseling, but she's already in a alternative school because she can't go to a regular school because of the way she's acting. But let's go ahead and continue.
I don't like them touching me. Let me go. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you.
Mr. Williams asked me to come get you.
Fuck you. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you.
So what do we do?
So I'm trying to get her ready to process so that we can talk about what she's angry about, but she kept spitting.
So I'm gonna fuck.
But we really just want you to be able to talk about what's happening and kind of come
No,
to a solution.
bitch.
So what happened that you ran out the building now?
Shut the fuck up. Let me fucking go, bitch.
So what adult should have, no adult should even be tolerating that from a child, brothers. No adult should be tolerating that from a child, and that's not even their child. You know, probably years ago that child would have probably been slapped up somewhere. Ain't no way. I know I wasn't able to talk to no adult like that. And this video is from 2013. I don't know what's going on in Chicago. And now it's 10 years later. Probably wondering where this child is at now. She's 11. Now she's 21. That's if she isn't dead. But this is from 2013, brothers. There's a lot of inner cities like this. Let's continue.
I gotta go to my social worker because I be mad. Then when I come down, they be taking me down there. She be asking me what happened. I don't never talk because they want to know too much. And I don't like talking about everything. Because then they might want to know the wrong thing. Then I end up telling them. Then I'll be right up in the hospital.
So do you want to come up with a plan with me or no? Yeah? Well, let's try. Do you think it'll help if we sat together with your teacher?
No. I'm telling you,
kind of talk about it?
I kill her. And if she say anything to me, I'm going to get mad. If she say something to me, I'm going to punch her.
So maybe we could just try to work on the relationship. Because that's, I think, the big part right there.
I don't like that. Ain't nothing going to change. I'm still curse her out. She need to pick on a grown lady that's her size.
Why don't we check in when you come from the bus tomorrow? just to see how your night went at home. And then
I'm not gonna tell y'all, and not y'all business what happened, huh?
really.
That's why I don't talk.
Okay, so we can check in, see how your night went.
Not gonna happen.
No,
I won.
you won.
Good job.
We're looking for a tree. We noticed that Ariel house didn't have a Christmas tree, and her mother doesn't have a job, so we're trying to see if we can find a tree to just brighten up Ariel's Christmas.
So y'all heard that. Mother don't have a job, and I guess they're trying to brighten up her Christmas. This is the Reverend, by the way. The Reverend is a Reverend that's out here trying to help some of the youth out there in Chicago, in certain parts of Chicago. So I just want you guys, again, when there's even though these women claim, there's a lot of women that claim that, oh, I don't need a man. But for some reason, they always looking for a male figure to help them with their child. It's always going to be either a reverend, it's going to be an uncle, it could be the teacher, a coach, somebody. Don't let these women fool you when they say they don't need a man. I promise you, they are lying to your face. Let's continue.
All right, so what you think? When she see this, what you think?
She gonna eat all that bubble gum.
She gonna eat all the bubble gum?
That's nice though. She done really been through a lot. They diagnosed her with ADHD and bipolar disorder. At one point in time when I didn't give her the medication, they found out that I wasn't giving it to her, and they called the Children Family Service.
Okay.
The lady said, you know that's neglect, right? I'm like, no, I did not. So now the school have to give it to her. They don't trust me to give it to her.
Brothers, I have another video with this. It's the same Vice City. Another young man. They were forcing him that he had to take medicine to be calm. So, brothers, another thing is y'all gotta watch what you're giving you. You gotta be very careful on what you are giving your kids to eat. You got a lot of these kids that's growing up on ramen noodles, sugary cereals, and very unhealthy drink like Tang and some of these goofy orange juice that ain't even orange juice, and Kool-Aid. And that seemed like that's the American way. And I got to be honest. I grew up on Kool-Aid. That was something that was in our house. Sugar, all that sugar, and different color, and basically food color, flavored food coloring. Grape, purple, red cherry, and all that other stuff. So, brothers, you got to watch you got to be very selective on what your children are eating. And this is kind of off topic, but right now America is number 1 in obesity. But you're going to see something with the mother too. Let's continue.
Did you do some time?
Not no gun case or nothing, like just little petty drug cases out there selling drugs just to survive, get something for my kids. They gonna bust.
I got hit my head on the wood.
You did.
So, brothers, by the way, you heard that. She was selling drugs. And here's the thing. I've said this before. Mothers are going to do single mothers are going to do what they have to do to survive. That's just in their nature. But one thing that is very disturbing is that she has kids. So it's like, and that's another thing I don't understand. It's like women, they'll have multiple children, knowing that they don't even have a plan. And I do blame the men for that, because the men are the ones that impregnate these women. So neither of them have a plan. We know sex is good. Getting inside that womb is beautiful. It feels good. But at the end of the day, do you have a plan? If you know, if you're not to have a child. And most of the men don't have a plan at all. They run around here with their heads cut off. Some of them are just leaving it to the mother to take care of the child, and you're not providing at all. So of course the mother's going to go into survival mode. But let's go ahead and continue.
Like that.
Wow.
Like that.
Let me see. Is it?
I hit my head on the wood.
Oh, that is. I feel a knot. I'm just finding out about this when she came in the house and told me.
Yeah, she apparently was fighting in the social worker's office, and he was trying to, remove her, and during the struggle, she hit her head. So.
Okay.
All right then.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
I mean, that's kind of sad that, and I'm not even sure if they even knew that she had a knot on her head. But why would you not call the parent to let her know what happened before she come home? Because of course, most of the time the child is going to make up a story, and it's going to make her, and then it's going to make the adult look bad. They might have swung her anyway. I don't know, but y'all saw that she was spitting on the ground. Again, some people ain't going to take that lightly. But let's go ahead and continue.
That ring right there, we still got it. It's in my mama's room somewhere. We got that ring and the necklace.
Tell me about her.
My sister, she gone in jail.
What for?
Stealing.
My daughter and 3 other girls. 3 girls jumped on the lady and beat her up.
She can't wait to come home and not be in there with people she don't know. Cause somebody bit her right here. She got a bite mark on her.
She gets in fights in jail?
Mm-hmm. She don't really talk about it because she don't want me to know about it.
So you already got another. Her sister's in jail, and the thing is, you have another daughter that where you think she's gonna get to? Because that's where she's heading to. The way she acted now, and again, she's only 11 years old, and she acted out like this. Using profanity. Wonder where she got that from. It could have been her mother. It could have been television. Could have just been her friends. We don't know. But she already acting out, brothers. And this is why it is important for you brothers to be in your children's life, especially your daughters and your sons, but especially your daughters. It is in an imbalance. It's unbalanced in the home when the father is not there. I don't care what these women are talking about when they say they don't need a man, they could do it by themselves. The only thing that they're going to do is probably be able to have them function in society, but they're not going to know the ways of life. Because the only thing that a mother is going to teach her daughter is she's either going to say that this is the type of man that you should like, or the type of man. No, I'm not going to even say that, because she might have a hateful resent towards the daughter because of the way she looks. She might look like the father, so she might hate the daughter. Oh, you look just like your daddy. She might act just like her daddy, and the mother might not like that. Same with the sons. So, brothers, it's very important. You need to be there for your daughter. She needs your guidance. And I'm telling you, and I know a lot of women are going to get upset. By the time these children turn 13 years old, they don't really have much to teach them. That's why a lot of these women now are competing with you, because they don't know how to compliment you. They have no idea. She's not going to know how to compliment a man. She's only going to know how to compete if she even gets up there in that age. But let's continue.
Butterball. Yeah, that's butterball. These are 49 cents a pound. I mean, that's a deal for anybody. For anybody. Raisins are gonna be with the fruit. All of this is out the staff's pocket. Strictly staff donated. So their money is important to me. Right now, I don't think I spent $110.
Brothers, I'm just gonna only guess. I put money that in that cart there probably isn't any fresh fruit or vegetables in that cart. It probably a bunch of canned stuff, canned food, I guess the turkey, and that's it. I put money that it has nothing fresh in there. And this is and again, I already said it earlier, it's very important to feed your children healthy meals. Healthy meals. And for some of y'all might need to grow some of y'all food. Nothing wrong with that either. Because a lot of these foods now, especially a lot of these fruits, don't even have seeds in it. And I would stay away from that stuff. Go to Walmart and buy a watermelon. Most of this stuff, grapes, seedless, watermelon, seedless. I'm not saying it's not good for you, but it will be better for you to get the fruit that has seeds in it. But let's go ahead and finish this out.
My job at Montefiore is universal. I'm an assistant basketball coach, football coach, baseball coach. I teach sewing, chess, a culinary class. The cinnamon, you like me. Cinnamon's real strong, that's enough, okay. They need somebody to care. Where they came from, the care was not there. We would go to their house, take them home, bring them back, go to their house, get them. Go get their parents. Come on, man. Tell me another school won't do that.
Some of the criticism's been, it's really expensive, and these kids are going to end up in jail or the hospital anyway. What do you say when people say stuff like that?
What you going to do? Pay now or pay later, as they say. You don't let us train these kids, you're going to spend much more money on them in jail. All right, well,
He's absolutely right, because it comes out of taxpayers' money. When you pay taxes, a lot of that stuff goes to the prison system and all that other stuff. And they building these prisons purposely for you guys. A lot of this stuff that they're doing it for a reason. Especially to our black men and women. They're trying to eliminate you, brothers. They are trying to eliminate you. And I'm just getting a little bit off topic. Because this is really about fathers and their daughters. But overall, they're trying to eliminate you, brothers. Because if they eliminate you, they know that they can get the woman because they're the weaker vessel. And the children, they're weak. They're trying to destroy you, black men. I don't make these things up.
That's the bottom line. Ain't nothing else to say. And see, they don't know. I'm getting ready to take this cobbler out there to them now. And then we're going to let them come back for more if they wanted more.
Can I get a pie? Can I get a pie?
Take the cobbler. It's better than the pie.
Brothers, let me tell you something. These kids probably ain't even, I guarantee that probably at least half of those kids don't even eat like that in school. They probably eat better inside the school than they do at home. That's kind of sad. Again, brothers, let me just say this. Leave them ramen noodles alone. I mean, if you wanted, maybe every blue moon you could have a ramen noodle, but but these kids are probably eating it every other day. Probably every day. Canned foods, hot dogs. All that stuff is not really good for you. And I guarantee they probably hardly eat any real fruit. and vegetables. And I'm talking about fresh fruit and vegetables. That stuff in the can is no good for you. It's better for you to you be better off the stuff that's frozen is a little bit better than is way better than the can. But let's go ahead and finish this out, even though I said that already.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Ooh, Charlie. Excuse me. I wish that we had more to give them, but they all had a full plate, so that's it.
Why do you care so much about these kids?
Somebody got to. I don't know. As long as the Lord let me. When he stopped me, I'm through. All right, but until then, they get everything I got.
Money for you, bitch.
Ever since I lost my nigga, seem like I lost my mind.
So, brothers, I just want to just put this out there. You know, I mean, there was a lot of stuff that I talked about, but again, it's very important for a lot of you brothers to be in your daughter's life. You are the one that is supposed to show them about a man. You're supposed to show them about life. Because when it's just a mother doing it alone, it's an imbalance. Or maybe I said that word wrong. Imbalance, brothers. It's going to be very difficult because the mother is going to be on survival mode when you're not around, and she's going to do whatever she has to do to make sure her kids are good. Because the only thing that the mother's going to do is make sure that they function in society. That's it. So that's pretty much it, brothers. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm good to go. Peace.